The future depends on what you do today. It is the quality of our work which will please God and not the quantity. Man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow men. When you are right, you have no need to be angry. When you are wrong, you have no right to be angry. Live simply so that others may simply live. Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. A person who is worried about the outcome of his work does not see his goal, he sees only his opposition and the obstacles before him. A man who was completely innocent offered himself as a sacrifice for the good of others, including his enemies, and became the ransom of the world. It was a perfect act. Whenever you have truth, it must be given with love, or the message and the messenger will be rejected. Healthy discontent is the prelude to progress. Silence becomes cowardice when occasion demands speaking out the whole truth and acting accordingly. There is no school equal to a decent home and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Common sense is the realized sense of proportion. You yourself as much as anybody in the entire universe deserve your love and affection. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. There is more to life than increasing its speed. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. Our greatest ability as humans is not to change the world, but to change ourselves. It's easy to stand in the crowd, but it takes courage to stand alone. Relationships are based on 4 principles: respect, understanding, acceptance and appreciation. Strength does not come from winning. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Look at the sparrows, they do not know what they will do in the next moment. Let us literally live from moment to moment. Do not judge others. Be your own judge and you will be truly happy. If you try to judge others, you are likely to burn your fingers. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. The real love is to love those that hate you, to love your neighbor even though you distrust him. Truth is by nature self-evident. As soon as you remove the cobwebs of ignorance that surround it, it shines clear. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken and the wisest might err. If we want to reach real peace in this world, we should start educating children. The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind. A no uttered from deepest conviction is better and greater than a yes merely uttered to please, or what is worse, to avoid trouble. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. Whenever you are confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. Knowledge gained through experience is far superior and many times more useful than bookish knowledge. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Man should forget his anger before he goes to sleep. Each night, when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. Be the change you wish to see in the world. No man loses his freedom except through his own weakness. My faith is brightest in the midst of impenetrable darkness. The law of love could be best understood and learned through little children. I suppose leadership at one time meant muscles, but today it means getting along with people. When there is war, the poet lays down the lyre, the lawyer his law reports, the schoolboy his books. Seek not greater wealth, but simpler pleasure, not higher fortune, but deeper felicity. There are 2 days in the year that we cannot do anything, yesterday and tomorrow. I am a humble but very earnest seeker after truth. It is better to allow our lives to speak for us than our words. Doubt is invariably the result of want or weakness of faith. Compassion is a muscle that gets stronger with use. It does not require money to live neat, clean, and dignified. Service without humility is selfishness and egotism. Honest disagreement is often a good sign of progress. Be the change you are trying to create. Your action expresses your priorities. Peace is its own reward. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. Where there is love there is life. I am a humble but very earnest seeker after truth. There is no way to peace, there is only peace. It is better to allow our lives to speak for us than our words. My life is my message. Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. To lose patience is to lose the battle. Truth without humility would be an arrogant caricature. Prayer is the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. Self-respect knows no considerations. Compassion is a muscle that gets stronger with use.